Well, you mentioned kids and school kids. A group of kids with an organization called Weird Science Kids
Yes.
posted on Facebook. They had a question. They posted on Facebook. They said the kids and crew here at Weird Science Kids would like to know what can be done, if anything, to save the coral reefs that are dying across the globe.
One thing you can do is let those around you know that it matters and that you care. If you don't let that voice of yours be heard, it's almost a vote to let the coral reefs die. I mean, it sounds harsh, but unless your voice is made known, you're part of the problem. Part of the solution is in saying, through letters to your congressman, to your teachers in your school, to your moms, your dads, letting the world know that you want to grow up in a world that has coral reefs, and half of them are already gone since I was a kid. They're either gone or they're in a state of serious decline. In parts of the Caribbean, 80% are gone. It doesn't mean that the chance for recovery is gone, because there's still some left. Let your support for marine protected areas be known. When I was the chief scientist at NOAA, letters from kids, pictures from kids, got passed around, put up on bulletin boards. I mean, all letters count. And when we don't hear from people, you think people don't care. Because how do we let those who are making decisions on our behalf, supposedly, know that you care? You write them a letter. You send them an email. You send them a picture. You join an organization that is in support of doing the right things. I know it sounds dull, but it isn't dull. It matters. Every voice counts. And you don't have to join an organization. All you have to do as an individual is to find out how you send an email. You guys are savvy in these matters. And get somebody else to do it too. And then somebody else. And then 10 somebodies. And then 20. And then 50. And 100. And 1,000. And those voices cannot be ignored. What is being ignored is those silent ones who aren't expressing themselves. Write a song. Write a poem. Take pictures. Use your powers. There are now means for kids, independently and by joining together, to use the new ways of communicating. Start a wave. Be a part of the solution. You can do it.
I have one more question from a student that was posted to Facebook. Her name's Jessica Sondheim, and she writes, I wish I could skip class and tune into the program. I've seen pictures of the ocean floor after fishing vessels drag nets over it. The floor goes from a living environment to looking like a barren field. How long does it take to recover from that damage? And how important is that recovery on a scale from floating plastic garbage dump to Japanese whaling?
The biggest problem is ignorance, and you're putting a light on that ignorance. People don't know that the cost of shrimp is a dead ocean floor. Dragging a net across the ocean floor is like using a bulldozer to catch songbirds in a forest. Just throw the forest away, shake out a few pounds of protein, throw everything else away. It's not a good thing to be doing, but most people just don't know. You know, let others know. That's power. The power of knowledge, the power of communicating. So, there are Saturdays, there are times after school, and even in school. Raise your hand. Ask your teacher, what can you do? That you care. There's a sense of urgency. It sometimes seems to get drowned out by the day-to-day activities. But don't lose heart for what you can do in school. It's important to gain the power of what you can learn in school. And I am so glad that I not only finished high school, but that I went on to college, and then I went on to get a master's degree and a PhD, because it's credibility. People will take you more seriously if you can speak with credentials that say, well, they've done the hard work, they've learned the math, they've figured out from teachers, from the books, from the new means of gaining knowledge, and they've had personal experiences, so I'll listen to them. So the more you can gather in terms of whatever going to school counts for, both personally through what you can bank in your own brain, but also the credibility that it gives you to others who will trust the fact that you've been to school. It matters, even though sometimes it seems like a waste of time. It really isn't. You can do so much armed with the knowledge you can gain. If school isn't for you, then don't worry. You know, some people say, I just can't stand it. And you can make your own path. Don't be discouraged. Whatever it is, whoever it is you are, follow your heart, but don't give up in terms of learning. If you can learn in school, great. If the best way you can learn is to go out and be in the ocean, great. Or combine it. I combined it, and I'm so glad that I did. If you can learn in a library on your own, without whatever it takes, but never stop asking questions. Never stop adding to your own data bank. Every new thing you can learn, every new experience you can have, makes you a better, stronger, more credible, more powerful person. That's education.
Thank you, Sylvia Earle.
Thank you.